Roy Raymond was the Victoria's Secret founder who was born on April 15 of 1975 in Connecticut, and he graduated from Stanford University. He was married with Kay Raymond, a San Francisco physical therapy professor, owner of Sandria Collection. The collection began as a catalog-based distributor of sexual aids for people with physical and developmental disabilities. She opened this collection because her philosophy was that people with disabilities should be able to enjoy as much of life as possible, including an active sex life. The original Sandria collection offered mostly educational adult videos and books, as well as vibrators and sex toys that were easier to grasp and maneuver by people who had physical impairments due to an amputation or illness. Also, the company's guarantee of privacy, product quality, and personal satisfaction helped it develop a following among the general public, especially among those who didn't want to be seen entering their local pawn shop. Sandria's products have always been shipped in discreet packages that don't bear the company's name, and also customers can request a refund within 16 days if they're not satisfied with their sex toys for any reason. But years before Roy Raymond opened the first Victoria's Secret store on June 2 of 1977 at the Stanford Shopping Center, she sold the Sandria collection, and the company's inventory was expanded to appeal to the general public, like condoms, lubricants, and all that stuff. So the Victoria's Secret history began when Roy had an uncomfortable visit to a department store to buy lingerie for his wife. The idea was to have a store where men felt comfortable shopping lingerie for their wives and girlfriends. The name was inspired by the period of the home that they were living in at the moment. The Victoria's Secret they had founded was an upscale, sophisticated lingerie store that was designed to look like a Victorian drawing room, complete with oriental rugs and antique armoires displaying the wares. To just open the store, he borrowed $80,000, half from relatives and half from a bank. And in 5 years, Victoria's Secret had 5 stores, a mail-order catalog, and a gross income of $6 million per year. But despite the success that the company was having, he decided to sell it in 1982 for 2.6 million euros to Leslie Wexner, founder of the limited clothing chain, because he had spoken to Wexner about working together, but ultimately Roy felt he couldn't share decision-making and was happier getting out completely. 2 years later, he began My Child's Destiny, a store selling children's products, but it went bankrupt in 1986 after Raymond invested more than 650,000 euros of his own money into the business. And after that, he created a children's bookstore, a mail-order home repair hardware business that failed in a year, and a company that made wigs for women who had lost their hair due to cancer treatment. He kept trying, but he was liable to debts, and the couple lost 2 houses and their cars. So he kept getting in a lot of trouble because he sold the Victoria's Secret business before it reached its peak, because in 1993, by the time he and Gay got divorced, Victoria's Secret had become the biggest U.S. lingerie retailer. And also, he went through a lot of business failures and suffered depression, so that may be the reason of why in August of 1993, at 46 years old, he jumped off the San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge.